So I'm now speaking to Daniel Akhromstev, driver of the number 16 BMW M3 for Red Star Racing. And Daniel is also the owner of the Red Star Racing team. So I feel very lucky to be speaking with you. First of all, how did you get into racing cars?
Well, first, when I was a little kid, since 5 years old, my parents got me into go-kart racing. So I started go-kart racing for a couple of years, and I started to become competitive and started winning prizes and all that stuff. And it kind of went away, financial, and we came to America. Our parents brought us to America. So
he was racing cars. He was racing go-karts in Russia.
That was in Russia. Yeah, that's when I started. So it was all more of a childish stuff, you know. And I looked into racing and TV, and it was just a dream for me.
Yeah.
So when we came here and opened up my own performance shop. So when I had my own shop, I was working on cars, and a friend of mine invited me one time to one of these track days. So I brought out my car, and then.
When was this? How long ago?
This was probably about 12, 15 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. So I came out on the track and I saw all these cars, and I'm like, oh, wow, this is real. I could actually go on a racetrack and actually drive a car. So that's how I kind of got into it, and then I slowly started building my car and running regular HPD events, NASA events, and then one of the guys came up to me and said, hey, your times are really, really, really good. You should probably get into racing. So I'm like, oh, this is not racing? He said, no, you gotta go get your race license, and then this is racing. So I came out and I looked at him like, oh my gosh, this is racing. So that's a dream come true. So that's when I started getting my license and building the car a little bit more, and then I came out, I did my first race, and I won the NASA race, and I got super excited. And then at some point, another friend of mine, which is now a manager of Red Star Racing,
okay,
he told me that he ran with ustcc before. He's like, please, let's join together. I want you to create your own team, I'll manage it, and then please run US touring.
Yeah.
So we came out with a team, and then I finished building my car, and then I started competing in US touring.
So what you're telling me is you started with go-karts, which is quite common, but you were lucky to start so young. Then there was a gap. How many years was it until you raced again?
At least 10, 12 years.
Wow.
If you consider racetrack as racing, because on the street, when you start racing, you think this is racing, and then when you get into real racing, then you realize that's not racing, that's just playing around in the street. This is racing. But
the great thing is that you did have that break. So for anyone watching who's considering it, you know, you don't. There can be breaks, there can be stop-starts, and you did start again, and you had obviously a moment where someone encouraged you to get your pro license. Was there any doubt in your mind?
No. Racing, it has to be in you. Even if you don't race for 50 years or you never even got into it. If you have it in you, you can start it at 6 years old.
Wow.
And first time you get on the track and you start driving next to another car, then you realize that adrenaline is there and your dream is coming true, and everything just changes.
And so Daniel has a family, 3 beautiful daughters, and a whole world outside off the track. Yet you're here every single race. How do you balance your life out?
Oh, it's very hard. It looks easy when you come out. Obviously, you come out here and you're racing, but it takes a lot at home.
Yeah.
You have to do a lot for the family in order to come out. So you have a whole list from the wife. Say, hey, all this stuff needs to get done before you get out there on the weekend.
Yeah.
So
you got to do your homework.
You got to do triple shift in order to come out on the weekend and play.
But it's worth it. So obviously you've told us how you got into racing for the ustcc, but it's been a few years now. What keeps you here?
Main thing is the winning.
Yeah.
And also growing within the sport, within ustcc. Now we have another 3 extra cars added into the team, so that's a lot of excitement. It's not just working on your own car and winning, it's actually trying to make the other 3 cars win also.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of work and coaching and doing something to the car and just putting everything together.
And you are a driving force actually within the series by bringing in these drivers, which is fantastic. Thank you so much. Well, thank you for speaking with me. Good luck this series. You always do incredibly well, but it's always so much fun to watch you out there. So thank you, Daniel.
Thank you.